Alrighty, this is sexual assault and battery by the demons. They sharing this together. This is an entity. Gang stalking on the roads and the highways together. And the airport that you know flies all the way across to the city of Ontario, gang stalking. This is P.O.C. This is a terrorist and a co-conspirator of murder targeting me from across the street with that which is not their headlights. This is impossible light activity. This is license plate. Looking crazy, that's the mental. They're going to be committed. 9PYF522. That's impossible light activity while they're engaging. That's psychopathic pacing. What they're engaging in. License plate 9TD0728, and this is the entity that's doing so on behalf of the terrorists that are the Ontario police. You've got roaches one after another coming out. You see that? That's not going to reach on the opposite side of the Ontario Town Square. Sarah's Regis Group, the demons inside of the parking garage are gang stalking, keeping me under surveillance and furtherance of murder. 9CKN703, molesting with light is pursuant to criminal monitoring, and you're stalking with that agency that you see on video, stalking me, flying in circles over my head, targeting me, and so are the people of the state. So is Sarah's Regis Group, downtown Ontario luxury apartments. So is Wells Fargo, 240 North Euclid Avenue. So is the entity that's maintaining this fake sun, as you saw right here today on what is the north side, what is the south side of the downtown Ontario luxury apartments, this right here. And this morning, where the fake sun is over me at what is the opposite side of this apartment building at the Arco in the morning. And this is where it was setting. That's the significance with regard to this engineered environment, this light. This is the entity that is engaged. These are demons that are stalking with light because they are monitoring you. And they're doing so in environments such as things that include things like the fake sun and the fake moon. Environment that is on its face abnormal, that you are now no longer ignorant about. This is surveillance. They know exactly who you are. And while you want to look perplexed, meaning you want to look stupid while you're being documented, I'm going to use that. It's going to be used to commit you. Because you look stupid on your face does not change the facts. And because you are engaging in that conduct, you will be diagnosed as mentally ill. You are still engaged in what is conspiracy to murder, regardless of your facial expression. This is what Satan has relied upon. The entity is engaged in psychopathic pacing by helicopter, and you're looking stupid. Huh? You're going to be federally prosecuted and diagnosed. You're going to be committed. Okay? It is equally threatening. It is equally criminal, regardless of how you contort your face. This is the entity that's all manner of that ambush conduct, stalking on the roads and the highways. They're stalking with light while I'm at the square, and you have engineer light swimming across on the wall underneath the amphitheater, driving from inside of this parking garage where they're engaged in surveillance and furtherance of murder. This is the entity that's engaging in that pattern of conduct, knowing exactly who I am, where I'm located, while they are stalking with that agency, flying in circles over the top of my head, which is terrorism, with regard to psychological torture, harassment, and furtherance of murder. All right, this is P.O.C. License plate. This is license plate 9 Larry Uncle 523. Sarah's Regis Group is going to be federally prosecuted. This is a facilitating venue, which you also see while the entity is stalking by the airport, the police department, the entity engaging in criminal summoning, and the entity maintaining that fake sunrise and sunset all hours of the day. The fake sun is over here, which is significant with regard to them targeting me with impossible light. That's the federal RICO case. P.O.C. It is currently 10:35 p.m. This is 320 North Euclid Avenue. This is documentation of the entity following me from place to place, following me back to the Stater Brothers as I left the Obit Family Community Library. And that is evident through the fake moon that's over my head at that Stater Brothers. The same Stater Brothers parking lot where the fake sun rose over me in alignment to me at that location. The sun and the moon, speaking to what is targeting, stalking. And that's also how you know that the Ontario police are stalking me, aside from the fact, the body of evidence of them engaging what is stalking by flying in circles over the top of my head. The entities engaging in that pattern of conduct with regard to psychological torture. They have an appetite for tormenting people. And it's supposed to be witchcraft, but they are showing how mentally unstable they are, and they will be federally prosecuted and committed for this criminal system. They're going to be committed for it. They are a threat to the public. They are a threat to each other. This is P.O.C. You need to understand that these are demons, and this is mental illness that is undiagnosed. It's closeted amongst a population. Psychopathic pacing is all they're doing. All they're doing is pacing back and forth all around, and you have been conditioned to look at it in one way. It's not traffic, it's surveillance. It's not air traffic, it's surveillance. And moreover, there aren't even any flights from the airport that would be occurring over here. The Ontario International Airport is fully engaged in, but it doesn't matter. Even if the airport was behind the city hall, if it's occurring under the fake sun, it's occurring in that engineered environment, it is surveillance. But the entity has provided much more evidence than that. And this is going to be the gutting out of the city of Ontario. A terrorist population. This is P.O.C.